Okay, in this video we will be discussing about the axles about a vehicle. In the vehicle we know there are two axles. One is the front axle, which is a kind of beam section, and there is the rear axle. Rear axle, it is not a beam section because there will be rotating parts inside, which is called a spindle because drive is coming there. Okay, so what is the basic function of axle? One of the basic function of the axle is to bear the load of the vehicle. Okay, the load will be coming to the axle system, and these are the parts where the suspension is mounted. Okay, we know that there are different types of suspension, like coil spring is there and the leaf springs are there. So these are mounted on these parts, and that is connected to the cross member or side member of the vehicle. So this is the front axle. There will be beam section, we can say. Here what we happen is the suspension is mounted, and this is called the wheel hubs, we can say. Two wheel hubs, and this part where the wheel is getting assembled, the tire is getting assembled. Tire with the rim we will be assembling this both the ends. We can give some torque, and that will be fixed on that. And this thing we can see, there is a spindle we can see with two mechanisms, and this is called the drive coming. This portion is steering. From the steering, the drive will be coming here, and due to the maneuverability of steering, which is a rack and pinion or power steering or something, it will help us to maneuver the vehicle. We can see that the rotation is right like this. We can maneuver the vehicles like what are the wheel hubs, we can maneuver it. So there is a beam, steering, spindle and all wheel hubs. We can assemble the wheel. This is all about a front axle. And wheel hubs, there will be using a bearings for that, because the load on the wheels are very high sometimes due to there are so many non-uniform terrains. So to maintain the pressure and all, we will be using bearings. So let's come to the rear axle. Rear axle, it is similar like front axle, where we can see there are two wheel hub assemblies, and this is called the differential, which is not on the front axle. This is a two-wheel drive because there is a differential is provided here, and this is not a beam section. It is because the rotary motion is whatever motion coming here, it is transmitted to the wheel. This both hubs, you can see this is a rotating type thing. So inside there is a spindle provided, which is connected to the differential to give motion to the both hubs. And one more important thing is that these are independently rotatable. This is independently. Suppose that will rotating in a minute 10 rotation, it can rotate in 5 rotation. According to the whatever the curve we have to take, the mechanism provided here, like this is the crown wheel, we can say, because here on the differential system, inside that there are star pinions, there are 4 gear systems to give different motions. And here we can see the drive from the propeller shaft coming to this end. Okay, so that is another thing, and these things are for the suspension. We have to mount the suspension part. For that we will be using this, and this is, you can see that this is like a engine chamber. For that we will be using separate oil to give lubrication to the parts, also reduce the heat developed in this particular attachment. Normally we provide it is 20W40 oil, grade of oil. SI 20W40 oil will be providing for the differential. We have to remove it time by time according to the kilometers or the period of time we are using. And inside the wheel hubs, there will be bearings to withstand the pressure and all that I already explained. So these are the common basic details about front axle as well as rear axle. And some of the components like suspension and all those things, inside this thing need greasing. We can give greasing through that. There will be a special attachment and all. So this is a basic idea about front axle